afternoon, everyone. Thank you for coming to my presentation. Today my talk is recognizing car fluents from video. And this work was done when I was a waiting student in UCLA. And here is the outline of this talk. First, I will introduce a new task in computer vision, that is car fluent recognition. Then I will introduce the related works. Thirdly, I will introduce the newly proposed spatial-temporal model. And fourthly, I will show the results of this model. Last, I will give a short summary about this work. So, fluent is a temporary status which is originated from Newton. And for car fluents, it including examples like opening the car door or closing the car door, or changing lanes, turn left. The two videos at the bottom show the examples of car fluents. And actually, car fluents is a joint task of car detection, car path localization, and the semantic path status estimation. And the car fluents has many important applications. The first two rows show the examples in the autonomous driving scenarios. The third row shows the example in the video surveillance scenario. And in general, car fluents also has many important applications in cognitive science and AI and robotics. And there are several challenges in car fluent recognition. The first is the low resolution. The second is the human occurrence. And third is the large geometry and appearance variance of car paths. And the fourth is the less status estimation. Besides, there are also other challenges. For example, the diverse viewpoints and the variation of fluent execution rates. For the fluent execution rates, we mean the duration of the car fluents. For example, the duration of opening the car door. And there are three related works with car fluents. The first is car detection and the viewpoints estimation. And the second is the video-based tasks. For example, the action recognition, the viewpoints estimation, and the call inference. The third type is human object recognition. Typical works are the human vehicle recognition interaction and the human object interaction. And here is an overview of our method. For the representation, we propose a hierarchical model to model the car fluents in both spatial and temporal domains. For inference, given an input video, our model will output both spatial and temporal results. And based on these two results, we can recognize the corresponding car fluents. For the model parameter learning, we use the latent structure SRM. Our model will model the car fluents in both spatial and temporal domains. So in spatial, it will model the car viewpoints, the car types, and the corresponding appearance. It also models the geometry relationships of cars and car paths. And also the path status. In temporal, it will model both short-term and mid-term spatial-temporal features, spatial-temporal informations. For the short-term, we model the frame-by-frame motion flows, and in this work, we model three types of motion flows. The first is a global motion flow, which is the optic flow of the whole car, and the local motion flow, which is the optic flow of the car path, and also the iconic motion change of the car length. For the midterm, we mean that our model can incorporate with the trajectories and the newly proposed sensory features and potentially other video descriptors. For inference, since our model jointly models car fluents in both spatial and temporal domains, so there are loops in our model structure. This poses a great challenge in the model inference. To cope with this problem, we propose dynamic programming and loopy belief propagation method to get approximate solution. Basically, it will first computing the scores of the lower nodes in our model by dynamic programming. Then it will compute the beliefs of the loops in the model structure. And the figure in the bottom shows the loops. After the belief is converged, we continue computing the score of the root node. And then we will backtracking the SDLG to get a path graph. To get more accurate path locations, we propose a new post-processing method. For each semantic part, we will first generate multiple proposals on each frame, and then we will compute a coherent temporal path across the frames. The figure below shows the examples of the left front door and the left back door. Here, each stick denotes a frame, and the circle denotes path proposals. So we want to find a coherent path across this frame. And for learning, since our data set is fully annotated with the viewpoint, the path positions, and the path status, so the optimization becomes structural supervised learning, and we can use the structural SRM for optimization. However, to model the path more robustly, we allow paths to deform, thus the path position becomes latent, and we use the latent structure SRM to optimize the model parameters. And specifically for our car fluent recognition task, we propose a frame level loss function. Basically, a prediction is correct only if the viewpoint, car tab, path positions, and the path status are all correct. In experiments, we will first introduce the car fluents dataset. Then I will show the results of fluent recognition, path localization, and path status estimation. Since we are dealing with a new task, there is no corresponding dataset. Thus, we collect one, which includes the 647 video clips. And in this slides, we show several video samples. And here are some statistics of this data set. Okay, for car fluent recognition, we use three types of spatial-temporal features. The first is the temporal path status feature, which is computed based on the path graph or SDLG. And the second is the improved dense trajectory features. And the third is the sensitivity features. The tables below show the quantitative results. From this table, we can see our full SDLG outperforms the baselines by a large margin. And from this, we can also see that the TPS feature, the IDT, and the sensitivity features are compatible, since they come from different sources. On the right, we show the computer metrics of the full SDLG. Since path localization and path status are important to car fluent recognition, in the following experiments, we show our model on these tasks. The first is part localization. Here we compare with several highly related baselines. From this table, we can see that our hog-based STLG performs the best, but the performance is still not good enough. And surprisingly, we found that the same based, the deep pyramid-based method didn't outperform the hog-based counterparts. In analysis, we found that the deep pyramid is too cost to localize the physical paths. However, recent literature, for example, the viewpoints and key points paper, show that the same method can actually localize the physical details of an object. Currently, we are searching for a better same method to incorporate with our STLG. And in the last experiment, we verify our model on past data estimation. Since there are no corresponding no related baselines, we compare with several versions of our model. And from this table, we can see that the most important factor in past data estimation is the viewpoint. That is the past data and the temporal modeling. And here shows the quantitative results. First, we show the successful cases. That is failure examples. Okay. For the failure example, it means that some past data are wrong. In conclusion, we introduce a new task that is a car fluents recognition, and we introduce a new spatial temporal representation, and we also introduce a car fluents dataset. In the future, we want to enlarge this dataset and integrate more powerful features. We will also try to address human-car interactions.